Facebook. What once was the top player in social media has since become a cesspool for pushing the political agenda further to opposing sides and tricking the elderly into thinking a kid from Africa really did build a statue of Jesus out of all of those Coca-Cola bottles. Facebook is good for something though, and that something is getting a look into the absolutely batshit crazy stuff people own and are subsequently trying to get rid of. A couple of years after the official launch of Facebook, the company attempted to launch their first iteration of what is now Facebook Marketplace. It was launched in an attempt to compete with our other favorite hellscape marketplace, Craigslist, and aimed to provide a space for classified listings like housing and jobs. Ultimately, this first feature was not successful, and it was transferred to a company called Oodle in 2009. After that, stuff sold on Facebook was sold through countless buy and sell groups until good old Zuckerberg decided to try again in 2016. And thus, the modern iteration of Facebook Marketplace was born. I unironically actually do love Facebook Marketplace. It can actually be a really good tool for people trying to buy and sell used things. Recently, I bought an Xbox off Facebook Marketplace. I got a sick deal on it, and I use it to play video games that I'm very bad at. But for every legitimate piece of furniture and collectible item sold on Facebook Marketplace, there is an equal amount of the craziest and weirdest stuff you have ever seen. You see, there are no limits to Facebook Marketplace. Actually, that's a lie. There are a couple of limits, but sometimes it feels like there are no limits. And lucky for me, I live in a city full of very interesting people. So today, in an effort to not have another 6-month-long hiatus while I work on longer videos, we are going to take a look at the craziest stuff that I have found on Facebook Marketplace over the course of the last 2 weeks. So come on, guys, let's go! This is where I'm hopefully playing music and doing some sort of editing thing. I don't know, my chair is spinning. Hey, hi, sorry, real quick before we continue. No, this isn't a sponsorship. God, I wish it was. This is an apology. You see, what I did is I researched and I scripted and I shot this whole video, and you know what I didn't do? Is screenshot all of the listings. So some of them got taken down. But fear not, I'm not letting that stop me, and I'm not redoing the entire video for that. So instead, what I have done is I have used my own beautiful artistic skills and digitally recreated the listings in Adobe Fresco. So when you see those listings, just appreciate my artistic vision, and you just gotta trust me that they were real. They existed. I promise I wouldn't lie to you about this. Anyways, continue on with the video. Like I said previously, you can sell pretty much everything that isn't a weapon, live animal, or hard drug on Facebook Marketplace. You want a $50 bulk box of Kraft string cheese? You got it, baby. But if you don't want string cheese, I present to you a new offer, cheese stools. As it says on the listing, they're great for holding candles, coffee, etc. I don't know what else you would put on this. It looks like that's pretty much all they can hold. They're pretty small. That one candle pretty much takes up the majority of that stool. I just really love the idea of somebody inviting a friend over to their apartment for the first time, and they're like, "Hi, welcome to my apartment. Sorry for the mess. Go ahead, kick your feet up, relax. Here's a cheese stool." A what? You heard me. The cheese stool. Actually, thinking about it, I would have loved this as a kid. If we bought these and put them in my playroom, I would have pretended I was a tiny little rat or a mouse that stumbled its way into a kitchen. I would create my own Ratatouille fanfiction. I see the appeal. And if you really want to take your living room a step further, you can pair the cheese stools with the camo couch. Man, I wish I could see what it looks like though, because all I see is an empty photo. Anyways, this couch is $1,000. Put it in your man cave. I really do love all the unique furniture you can find on Facebook Marketplace, but what I also really love is the way that this furniture is advertised, specifically the photos they use. Because this right here looks like a pretty normal shelf. I mean, it's a little heavy on the Sanrio decor, but there's an audience for that. Why is there a rat photoshopped on it? I've looked really hard at this listing, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why there's a rat photoshopped on the cover photo. Where did the rat come from? Who is he? What's his story? This is the internet, baby. I don't know what accent that was. I can't do accents. Sometimes you just have to clickbait to get people to see your product. I mean, people might not click on a listing that says flower meditation pillows, but if you list it as butthole and bleached butthole pillows, people are gonna click on it. I mean, it got me. And sometimes you have to specifically market to how weird something is. For example, behold, the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. They're pretty damn ugly. The person listing these says that their roommate bought them and then left them, and they're trying to get rid of these shoes, but they think they're possessed, which is hilarious. I'm very intrigued by the way the toes work on these shoes. They say they're like hooves. Like, do they split your toes down the middle? Do you cram your toes into like one side of the shoe? Do your toes not even reach the end of the shoes? Do they stop before they get to like the splitty part? What the fuck are these? They're each like $100. Why would you buy these except for cosplay? Like that Bob's Burgers episode where it's the brony convention where everybody's horses. That's quite literally the only reason I could think of for purchasing these shoes. And you know, I mean, the person said that these shoes may be possessed, but you know what isn't? Definitely not this stuff. I mean, it says it right there on the listing. It says definitely not haunted. And you know what they say, if it's on the internet, it has to be true. I don't know about you, but if I'm trying to sell something that is objectively weird and creepy, I think putting definitely not haunted in the title is not going to convince people that the items aren't haunted. In fact, I think it would do the opposite. I 100% think that is haunted. Now, somebody's just trying to get rid of that. Why would you feel the need to put that if it's not the case? I think purchasing this is how you single-handedly transform yourself into the protagonist of a B-list horror movie that people judge on Letterboxd. If every creepy thing on Facebook Marketplace needed a definitely not haunted label to get people to buy it, there would be a lot of other items that need that label. For example, clowns. $300. All the description says is clown's best offer. I can't imagine why you would possibly need this many clowns. Unless you like A, collect clowns, B, run a creepy clown-themed haunted Halloween exhibit, or C, have like a clown-themed restaurant or something. I don't know, maybe there are a bunch of reasons people would need this many clowns, but I'm not one of those people. And I want you to look directly into Theodore's eyes from these Alvin and the Chipmunks set props and tell me that this wouldn't also need a definitely not haunted warning label. In fact, I think this needs to take it a step further. It needs to say you're not going to learn the exact time and date of your death if you look directly into Theodore's lifeless, soulless black eyes. You won't see the horrors of war and genocide he's witnessed throughout his time on Earth as a demon of unimaginable terror. You won't. They're super rare. Buy them. This Teletubby won't sit at the foot of your bed in the middle of the night, plaguing your once calm dreams with nightmares of Tubby Custard. You won't hear a faint whisper of the name Dipsy, forever lodged in your subconscious. He's not haunted. I'm sure these lovely creatures are simply scratching the surface of what can be found on Facebook Marketplace, because look at these puppets. For only $6, you too can be the proud owner of Diego the saber-toothed tiger from Ice Age with his eye sewn on incorrectly. Look at that, it's sideways! And for an even better deal, $5, half off is this little lady. What the fuck? Hey Facebook, what the fuck? My favorite part about this listing is that it says it could be a pincushion. So that implies that the seller doesn't actually really know what this is. Could be a pincushion, if you want it to be. On fire garbage can? Could be a pincushion. This video is kind of turned into me backhandedly advertising these listings, but whatever. All right, I've got to be honest. I've been killing it with the segues throughout this video, like the way that it's flowed, but I have no segue for this one. Have you guys ever heard of Professor Pendleton? Because I didn't until I saw this listing for a Professor Pendleton mascot costume, and look at this guy. This dude is here to teach children the joy of writing. No, what? What did I write? This dude is here to teach children the joy of writing to kids. It's good writing, Julia. Maybe I need Professor Pendleton. But he's here to teach children the joy of writing, and he teaches me the joys of what can be found on Facebook Marketplace. He's just so silly looking. I love him. But I also don't think pencils should bend like that. I want to end this exploration into Facebook Marketplace with just a simple, touching story about how truly wonderful this application can be. It begins like this. You ever have a few drinks too many and decide, it's time to make something? I want to use my hands. I sure have, and so has this Facebook user who decided that Intoxication Station was the right place to try and create a feat of engineering and probably some sort of medieval torture weapon. This listing is titled, Made It While Drunk, Someone Take It Off My Hands. And I have no idea how this dude made this. I couldn't do anything engineering related sober, so props to him. The description reads, barely remember making this thing, spins fast as hell and will probably chop a finger off, willing to trade for a 2 slice of pizza. I'm being so damn serious. And guys, You're never gonna fucking believe what? You're never gonna fucking believe what happens. Lo and behold, my dear viewer, we have an update. And he did indeed sell his drunk creation for a pizza. Not even 2 pizza slices. That looks like he got a whole pizza. Look at this happy transaction. That guy got his pizza and this guy got his torture weapon. I guess. I don't know what he's gonna use that for. Who cares? So, my friends, the moral of the story is that anything is possible. Get on Facebook Marketplace. Try and sell your drunk creations for pizza. Or maybe don't interact with strangers. I don't know what the lesson is of this video. People own weird shit, and then people want to get rid of that weird shit, preferably for money. Money makes the world go round. I love Facebook Marketplace. That is the end of my video. I don't have an outro for this.